36.
Copy me down, AC 26.
So we're gonna make sure, I'm gonna wait here for a minute and make sure it pops up and that we're live again before I start driving. Of course, it's always on the most beautiful day when stuff like this happens.
Just donated when we're code 4.
Copy code 4, 1640.
Four, 5. Drum in the area.
Copy.
Four, 5. I don't see this female around. I'll check the area.
Alright, it looks like maybe it worked again. I apologize. You shouldn't have to be signing in and out and clicking. But if I knew how to do all this stuff, I probably wouldn't be a cop. I could probably make more money live streaming and I don't know. But anyway, hopefully we're back here and we should be moving here pretty soon. Just checking out a little alley here. Just a little spot where we've seen stolens get dumped before, so, but it's clear right now.
If then I'll take Iowa.
Again, we are on the east side of St. Paul. We are at Maryland and Hazel, and just sweeping through here.
False alarm with 189, pull back 162 until she's report.
So it looks like we're cooking with gas again, so hopefully we won't time out again before we're done.
I can't find that female footprint. Report. Going to be across from 1534 Lark. It's going to be a stolen trailer. 3124 Charlie Tom Zebra.
So the Maplewood officer there was just calling out to get a case number. to take a report of a stolen trailer.
452. It's just, there's no vehicles around, no people around, so just parked on the side of the street.
Oh, he's recovering. It sounds like he's recovering a stolen trailer, which is much better than having to look for a stolen trailer. That way you can get it back to the owner and hopefully it's not damaged.
Alpha Juliet 186.
Maplewood has a very good police department. Chief Beardeman runs a great shop and very well-trained professional officers that work for him. We interact with them a lot just because of the proximity to the city of St. Paul, but also the fact that it's a busy suburb with a big mall.
153. 155.
And anytime you have a mall, the
159.
you're gonna get a lot of activity. You're gonna have youth, juvenile issues. You're gonna have shoplifting. So they, just like any mall, it's especially when school's not in session during the summer. A lot of kids hang out at the mall, and anytime you have dozens of kids in an area, you run the risk of kids who don't get along running into each other. We're gonna go westbound on Maryland from White Bear. I should have given a shout out, but we were going in and out to my young friends that live right off White Bear. You know who you are. You guys came out and waved at me and made my day. I was thinking I might not see you because you might not know where I was, but you anticipated my route.
We're going to be making contact until you have 1533 Lark. Property, this is where it's going to be related to.
Passing the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, which is our statewide investigative division, I guess, for lack of a better word, or agency that assists agencies statewide, does crime lab work, DNA, firearms examination. They do investigations into use of force by police officers that results in the death or serious injury to a suspect or an individual, like officer-involved shootings. They are the outside, what's the word I'm looking for? They're non-biased group that comes in there and investigates those shootings and whether or not they're justified. And then those cases, well, they went to the county attorneys in that jurisdiction and or the Attorney General's office, who then decides whether or not charges should be filed or an indictment sought. So the superintendent there, Drew Evans, great guy, was on a conference call with him this morning, and as the chair of the Violent Crime Coordinating Council, I get to help direct and make decisions as part of that board on how we investigate violent crime and narcotics, and how that the funds that are available for that are distributed. And then our job is to give guidance to the task forces that work those cases statewide. We talked about the new marijuana laws this morning.
372.
We talked about distributing naloxone or Narcan out to the agencies that need it. What else did we talk about? Basically it was a planning meeting for our next large meeting.
6 kids upstairs in the apartment are making a lot of noise. The parents are not home.
But we're lucky to have both Superintendent Drew Evans and Ken Sass, who's the statewide gang and drug coordinator. His job is to basically oversee and audit the state gang and drug task forces and make sure they're operating legally and efficiently and using the best practices. There have been a lot of changes related to how police can use informants, and what that looks like. And one of the things he does is make sure that that's occurring properly and that they are educated as to, the laws and best practices and utilizing informants in the work that we do.
1652.
I've been asked several times who decides, who gets grant money for narcotics enforcement or gang enforcement or a number of other things. And we have a group, the Office of Justice Programs, at the state of Minnesota, that oversees those grants. That a lot of times that money comes from the federal government or state legislature, and then they have to oversee the distribution and put out the RFPs for the grants. And then when proposals come in, they have to oversee the vetting of those proposals and decide the best way to spend our tax money, forfeiture money, other things to enhance safety in the state. And we have some great people doing that work, and we're lucky to have them. It's one of those things that most people would never even know existed. But the of us who are involved in the work appreciate what they do. We're southbound now on Payne.
Reporter Ryan from Pikes today. Do you have any downtown findings?
I do at higher ground. Just came in for arrest that occurred yesterday.
Roll.
The caller from apartment 320. 284.
For those of you who may have joined us after the broadcast went off and we had to restart, I'm Mike Martin. I'm an Undersheriff with the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office. And on patrol in the state now. A week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday nights, and on Monday and Wednesday it's generally in the afternoon, and it depends on what's kind of going on that day. It could be a little later sometimes, and on Friday nights it's usually or 8-11 at night if they go a little early. We just want to show you what we do, educate you about police work, and about how we make decisions, how calls are dispatched, you name it, how we interact with the public, and it gives us a chance to talk to you about what's important to us, and it gives me a chance to not use any swear words for however long I'm out. We are live.
County Road I, India, 210, medic, 26-year-old female, conscious and breathing, with numbness, dizzy.
In case you're wondering, we'll probably go till about 5:15. Then happens, then we'll keep. I have to go home. My neighbor's tree fell. Trailer that I use for my pontoon boat and crushed it, and I have to go home and see if I can figure out if I can get it movable enough to get it somewhere to get an estimate on it for the insurance purposes. I might be able to. This motorcycle in front of me changed lanes without signaling, but we'll see how he drives here. I'm gonna pull him over just for that.
What are they doing? Code 4.
We're southbound on Payne Avenue at Tedesco, heading towards East 7th Street.
452. Can you change my address? And it's called the 1533 Lark. That's where it's going to be from.
Copy 1533 Lark 17.
I'm going to pull him over and check on him just because he's swerved into the bike lane a couple times, and I want to make sure he's not intoxicated. But I'll wait till we get in a safer spot. This is a little bit of a tight place to do a traffic stop.
Sorry, thank you.
You're welcome.
I think he's wondering if I'm stopping him or somebody else.
Sorry.
So it's kind of an interesting deal here. I'm gonna run him really quick and get him going. He is definitely not drunk or anything. He seems super sober, and but he does not have a motorcycle endorsement on his license. I asked him about it because I didn't see it, and he said he does not have one, which is kind of surprising for two reasons. He's driving a motorcycle, and he's wearing colors for one of our local motorcycle gangs. He's wearing what are called hang-around colors, which is where they are testing you to see whether or not they can trust you. And then if you pass that kind of probationary period, then they will allow you to be a prospect, and then eventually a full patch member of the gang. And normally they would check and make sure you have that before. I don't know why this isn't working right. Before they would even make you a hang around, so that's a little interesting, but that's whatever. It's not as if they're looking for the most law-abiding citizens in the world. I tried to run him one way and it didn't work. Dang it. Oh, that's not him. Oof. I got a warrant hit, but it's...
What?
1370 Sylvan Street. Mark and P scan. All the things on the people that took the stolen property about an hour ago.
I'm getting warrant hits on this name as being an alias for someone else, but I am not confident that that's the same guy. I'm going to ask this guy quick about his tattoos and see. Are any of the cat guys close to the best pond on East 7th right by the car wash?
No, but I can head that way.
Copy. I got a guy stopped. I'm getting a warrant hit on an alias, but I'm not sure this is the right guy, so I'm just going to do a little more digging on him.
What was the location again?
In the parking lot of the Best Pond. It's on East 7th, right by the Mr. Car Wash.
Gotta be wrong. Coming from the LEC.
Number 318.
Okay.
Go.
Squad 523.
Five, two, three. Be advised you're on 3. 1708.
So I'm just trying to verify whether or not the guy who the warrant hits on is the same guy.
Thank you, sir. Disorderly.
Let's see here.
Just nothing right now, but thank you. From it.
Bravo 764, UT. Seven will be a 50-seater in the PDD. He's breathing, but well, you got me.
Excellent injuries, central and large, 2 vehicles requesting medics.